Let's still stay in Parliament, where the Minority Caucus has waded into the controversies surrounding the appointment of Dr. Eric Nkansa as the Director General of the Ghana Education Service. Only last week, the major teacher unions in the country kicked it against the said appointment and asked President Akufo-Addo to revoke the appointment. The Deputy Ranking Member on the Education Committee, Dr. Clement Apaak, said the teacher unions are right in opposing the said appointment. He was speaking at the launch of JKD Network in Accra. Parliamentary correspondent Kwekwa Santi has the rest of the story again.
Dr. Clement Apaak was speaking at the launch of JKD Language Network, a group of university graduates seeking to make learning Chinese and French popular in Ghana. Dr. Apaak said the concerns of the teacher unions are valid.
Because the argument has been made by the teacher unions, rightly so, that up until his appointment, he had only taught briefly, not even a full-time capacity, but that by training, he's a banker. And that he had been deployed to the minister's office in 2021 as one of his senior aides. So clearly the teacher unions had a problem where you take away a man who, quote unquote, rose through the ranks, is a professional, is an academic, has taught in the classroom before, and had actually earned his due. And you replace him with somebody who has also earned his due, but in a different area of expertise. And so that is why the teacher unions are opposed to this appointment, not because it is Dr. Eric Nkansa, but it is because of the background that he's bringing to the table and how they feel that they also want one of their own who has risen through the ranks, somebody who understands what it means, the challenges that you face.
He claimed that the former GES Director General, Professor Apaak, was sacked because of his frosty relationship with the Education Minister.
I was a bit taken aback because anyone who has followed the educational sector and the issues thereof would find it very difficult to admit that Professor Apaak's set of skills, talent was no longer needed, and that the exigencies that, quote unquote, warranted his appointment no longer existed. That cannot be the case. I have said, and it's on record, that the only real reason is because of the frosty relationship between Professor Apaak and the Honorable Yao Educhum as a Minister and Director General.
He, however, says his side is willing to give Dr. Eric Nkansa the benefit of the doubt to prove critics wrong. Meanwhile, the Busa South MP launched the JKD Network to facilitate the learning of French and Chinese. General Secretary of JKD Language Network, Hilda Keja Ajiman, outlined the vision of the organization.
Our vision is that in few years to come, we can enter a company or any working place that we get a personnel who can render services using English and French and Chinese. On this note, I'll say, let's brace ourselves as we go on this journey to make Ghana speak French and Chinese. It will be a great joy to go on that journey with all Ghanaians.
He urged all Ghanaians to take the learning of French and Chinese language seriously.
This brings us to the undeniable fact that we Ghanaians and citizens of Ghana need to take the learning of especially these two languages very serious. This is where JKD Language Network we come in. JKD Language Network is a group of young and vibrant Ghanaian graduates from the various Ghanaian tertiary institutions with the passion of teaching French and Chinese to all and sundry. We are on a mission to make our compatriots see the importance of having French and Chinese, the numerous opportunities that they will get, and the value they add to themselves for the job market.
For JoyNews, Kwekwa Santi, Accra.